Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, welcome to Bastion. This is a gorgeous little fantasy western sort of game made by Supergiant Games and distributed by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment. I highly recommend that if you like what you see during my playthrough, you go and buy it. It is available on Steam and on the Xbox Live Arcade. I bought it on Steam. Last I checked, it was $15, which is an excellent price for this game. It might even be too little, but that's just my opinion. I have already played through part of this game, so I will let you know when stuff is new to me as well. But the first little bit I already know. I will also not be talking very much, as this has a gorgeous, Western-style, Old West movie, spaghetti Western narration style that I adore, and I will be endeavoring not to talk over it. So, let us begin.
Proper story's supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
And this is our protagonist, known as the Kid.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
And you've got your standard WSAD, W-S-A-D movement controls.
Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why.
To be frank, I wouldn't either.
Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road.
You press E on the keyboard, or you can click on this little icon, see how it changes into a hand from the little reticle.
Well, it's a touching reunion.
And this is your left-click weapon. You can see down here, left-click weapon. And space does
He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity.
Ooh, capital C. Anyway, space does a dodge roll.
That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Starts to feel his bruises, though. Kid just rages for a while. An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do.
Yep, Fang repeater.
Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
As you can see down here, there's our Fang repeater. It is a right-click weapon. You can hold down right-click to fire repeatedly, or you can tap it to fire once. Your ammo is right here. You only have a specific amount. You can upgrade it later to get more. And after you get all of them gone, it will have to reload, which takes some time, which you want to keep an eye on during a fight.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink.
Fountains refill your healing potions. You get 3 of them, and enemies sometimes drop them. You press...
A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
Alright, here's a good example. You press F to heal.
It's a wonder the old saloon's still standing. Used to have the nicest view. Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her.
Tab. You get more information about what's in your pack. I've got the city crest, a memento, an identification badge from the old days. All those on official business from the city bear the star of Solandia. It is said to represent warmth, labor, and sacrifice. And crystal barrette, a memento, a fashion accessory covered in soot, holds great value of the sentimental variety. Also holds hair firmly in check. Best hang on to it just in case. I kinda wish I could make him wear it. I think it'd be cute.
He sets foot inside one of Solandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did. Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Odds are I will not remember to use this shield very often.
But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief.
You hold shift to defend, and it will also lock on to the nearest target.
Special delivery. Gas, fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call. More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid. The kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
It's a bit of a what now?
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke.
Now I'm gonna let you know straight away, the breaker's bow is probably one of my favorite right-click weapons.
Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true. The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land.
Something stringy. An upgrade material for the breaker's bow. A stretch of meesgut? Prized by boyers and pelt ball fans. One more reason for the popularity of meese hunting.
Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He's a mighty fast learner.
That is a special technique, which you use up a thing called black tonic. You only get 3 of, but you find it around the land. And down here you can see what special technique you have. You You use it by pressing Q.
He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
In a distillery, excuse me, you get different spirits to give you different character buffs, like Squirt Cider will give you plus 10 max health. Dread Rum will give you plus 10 critical hit chance, but only when at full health. And Fetching Fizz will help you absorb the little fragment things you've seen me getting from enemies and destructible environment areas. You unlock one for each of these levels, and you can go back later and switch out what you've chosen. But you can only have whichever ones you've gotten unlocked. You can only have that many equipped. So until you get all of them, and probably even after you get all of these open, you can only have a few equipped, so you have to mix and match and figure out the best combinations and everything. Passive bonuses.
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
And as you can see here, you choose your left quick weapon, which I'm going to stick with the Kale Hammer, or Sail Hammer? It is Solandia, so I'm going to assume Sail Hammer. The right click weapon, Breaker's Bow, I'm going to stick with. And then your special technique, I've got Dancing Shot and Whirlwind available to me. I have shown you Whirlwind. I will now show you Dancing Shot, which is good for if you have a bunch of long-range enemies, because you will fire an arrow that bounces around a bunch of enemies. And Whirlwind is good if you have close quarters combat, because, well, it's not an arrow you fire, it's your hammer that you spin around. So, Dancing Shot.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins. That one was Maud, the tutor. Once taught the kid good manners. He never used them, though. An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now. Kid takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags.
I hate
Kid maybe
scumbags.
shouldn't have done what he just did.
Is there a good time to run out of black tonic?
Rob's a scumbag of his last meal. Kid puts him out of his misery.
That is a lot of fragments. Alright, let's see what we got. Something heavy. An upgrade material for the sail hammer. A chunk of precious alloy found deep underground. The staple diet of gas fellas, also used in all manner of industry.
He finds the core to the wharf district. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running, somersaulting like crazy. At last, the skyway's in sight. Whisks him where he needs to go. Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me.
Our mysterious narrator.
We talk for a spell. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores. All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch.
Nacy, the girl has a name.
I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, all right. Except no one else showed up.
Alright, let's do what this mysterious stranger told us to do and put a mysterious glowing blue gem into a unknown monument and see what'll happen.
And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again, growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown.
And now that we have restored part of the Bastion, we can build different buildings on it. So, on this foundation,
Kid ponders what to build.
I'm going to build a distillery. Because at the end of the world, you're gonna need to drink.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Alright, so I've unlocked level 2, so I can choose a different thing. Hearty Punch gives me a +1 chance to carry on if defeated, and damages surrounding foes if I'm defeated. Where Whiskey gives me a +100% critical hit chance, but only when I'm below 33% health. And Cinderbrick Stout is +33% speed while defending. I think I'm going to go with Hearty Punch, because that chance to carry on is very useful.
Hearty Punch is so zesty, it'll let you carry on through the worst of times. Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him.
And with that,
The Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
and with that, I think I will leave it for now. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye out for episode 2, and I'll see you later. Bye.